What is up, everybody? Tuberverse TV here today. So we're going to talk about a post that went somewhat viral on Twitter. So this is a gamer that is disappointed. Like whenever she opens up a Switch game, she finds that it's completely empty. You get like a cartridge, and there's like so much space it's just so empty right here. And it's kind of like that's how modern games is nowadays, especially for physical media. It's like back in like a few generations ago. You used to have like a booklet, a manual, and everything, but now it's just like an empty case with just like a cartridge. I was like, why is all this empty space in this thing for? And it's even like these little latches right here. Like, what is this even for? Is a book supposed to be right there? Like, what is this empty space for? So it's just like, and she says she feels let down whenever she opens a case like this. It's just nothing right there. So a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say about this. So this person says, I love the manuals and stuff too, but I love the Earth so much more. So I support this. I feel like the next they should focus on cases that are smaller. No need for all the excess plastic. The white space is quite sad to see. Insert why as I felt it in recent times start to do something like this to fill the physical void. Okay. Let's see. And they put the game right at the bottom of the case, not the middle. What a waste of space. It really is weird. I wonder why they didn't go for the 3DS size cases again, since the cartridges are so small. My son bought me my first game this year, opened the S up, and my jaw dropped. He thought I was hella disappointed. I was like, nah, did we get robbed? I hate the empty stuff in some game boxes. God, I miss manuals. I used to get so excited as a kid reading all those well-designed manuals on the way home. They used to have such personality to them. Okay. I think the biggest game that had a lot of packaging was Witcher 3. If you bought that game on Nintendo Switch. Still can't believe Witcher runs on the Switch. Yeah, it's like, I don't know about buying a Witcher on the Switch. I guess, I mean, it runs. People say it runs fine, but I'm not playing Witcher on the Switch. I'd rather play it on my PS5 or Xbox Series X at that point. I feel like it's really a big waste of packaging. We used to get this. Now, look at this. This is an entire map. It's a manual, a booklet. Wow. It's kind of crazy because the video game industry is making more money than ever before. But they can't even include like a manual or anything in the cases nowadays. They're so cheap with the stuff they include with the game nowadays. We need more in our video game cases. Agreed. Is disappointing enough. I never buy box games anymore. That's why I switched to digital. No manual count sucks. I used to read it as I rode home with my new game. No insert to aid gameplay, no cool post art, teeny tiny cartridge. Nope, you aren't alone. Disappointment abounds. Reversible game covers give me way too much life. But then again, these companies don't even do that. Most of these companies don't even do the reversible art thing. So it's just like a plain case and a plain empty case and just a small cartridge. I'd be mad as if I opened and saw no art inside, but I'm still riding with my hard copies as like a collection. I put my games in a case to hold 24 games and stick the original packages in a box in my basement. Could be worse. Could be a Steam code on a piece of paper. Huntdown has a manual and it's a great game. Yeah, usually when it's a game that does have like a manual, it's like an indie game. Like most like Nintendo first party games, they don't have like manuals and stuff like that. It's rare to see like a manual on them. Second only to this, that's a cardboard disc, by the way. So they couldn't even give you a real disc. They give you a cardboard disc to give you instructions on how to get the game, how to redeem the game. Wow, that is trash. The sadness and rage I feel seeing this at Nintendo, please explain. Yeah, because it's clearly meant to hold something, but it's like, what is it? Like a manual that they just never included? Like, Bugsnax physical killed it with their packing stuff. It was lovely to see. But you gotta play Bugsnax though. But who wants to play Bugsnax? I miss Micropose games. We used to be a country, a proper country. It was super simple. You got the case, you got the manual, and you got the disc. So simple those back in those days. Yeah, it's like all these. Yeah, all the previous generations they give you all the stuff inside, but now they just don't really give you anything now. Yeah, that definitely sucks about modern gaming. Let's see. Let's be real here. I miss the days where there were manuals inside the cases. I was just thinking the other day how much of a waste it is to have a case this big for such a small cartridge. If you're gonna have cases this large, at least print something cool to look at for the inside. Free idea, Etsy shop that makes manual like designs for Switch games. Whenever I see this, I just think, what is this? What is the kid supposed to read on the way home from the mall/store, etc.? We lost the pregame hype reading, and that's a tragedy. Yeah, I remember that as a kid too. Like you ride in a car, your parents just bought you a new game, and you just reading the manual. I used to have that. It was a great feeling back as a kid, but now they don't even have that anymore. Like it's like okay. I would be fine with this if they released some booklets full of lore and game tips with the cases still. Give you something. I mean, geez. Like, they just don't care anymore at this point. No art books, instructions, and manuals, just an SD card. I've been let down since they stopped caring about manuals with detailed work and lore explained inside and turned them into sleeves. I'm disappointed, to be honest, the amount of plastic used for a tiny product. At the very least, they could have a concept art book or something like. They don't even add a little booklets no more, just cartridges in your face. I miss when games had a manual with a whole book of lore in them. I agree. Game manuals were the coolest S ever as a kid. You felt like an expert before you even ever turned the game on. It's not the lack of disc or the size of the cartridge, it's the lack of no additional information that made each individual game feel more like its own thing. Yes, it's so boring. This is why I missed the guidebook. It provided so much art and info about the game that you wouldn't previously see. Wish they'd increase the packaging size if they're not going to put anything besides the game in there. Big waste of material, to be honest. He does kind of have a point. Like, people have been saying this previously, but they do kind of have a point. Like, why is the Switch case even that big then if it's like a small cartridge? Like, there's little to nothing else. There's literally no ARPX or anything like that, so why is it so big at this point? Like, like the case should be like half the size at this point if it's just for the small cartridge. They should actually be the size of like 3DS games at this point. Like, it's like nothing else there. So why are they so big? It just doesn't make any sense. Feels like such a gut punch when you see this used to be the standard. So you got the disc, you got some artwork at the back, and you got like a manual as well too. Yeah. Generally miss reading game manuals. My parents used to take me into town every couple of weeks and let me get a new game. I always read the manual in the car on the way back home. Was part of the whole experience. Never forget what they took from you. And the PS2 games even had a spot where you could put your memory card at. They was even thoughtful to give you like a memory card slot with a manual. Yeah, times have definitely changed for the worse, especially with physical media. I guess they're just trying to get people over to get accepted to like digital media. Because some games, it's like even when you buy some physical games, you still gotta download some stuff. So yeah, they are definitely trying to get rid of physical media within like the next few generations at this point. So I'm gonna conclude it right here. Most people agree with this statement. Like, you get in games nowadays, you have like no case, no inside artwork. It's just a plain case, and people aren't happy with this. I don't think most people are happy with this. But yeah, definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. If you still collect physical media, how do you feel about there not being a manual art book anymore? Do you really care? If you've gone fully digital at this point, let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like for this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.